The Garden Report is powered by Prize Picks, the exclusive daily fantasy partner of the CLNS Media Network.
Hey, Bobby Manning here. Welcome to a practice edition of the Garden Report. Noah Dalzell here from Celtics blog. We made it back from Dallas. Kristaps Porzingis made it back as well, despite not playing the last two games. And he's out there on the floor right now. Yeah, he's getting some shots up, doing pretty much what he did before Game 4. But as we know, he did not play in that game. And now, across the board, it feels like the sense is he's not going to be in position to play. But I'm sure they're going to say a similar thing going into the next one. Situationally, have him active in case you need him. I'm not going to go down the road again with how I feel about that, but from everyone you talked to today, does it seem like there's any hope?
I would not be shocked if we saw him check into a game and play a few minutes. I don't think it would be a good indicator.
You think that's still in play?
I think like a Game 7 panic mode, let's just throw him in there and risk his leg. Yeah. Tillman said the most striking thing of the night, he said he looks uncomfortable at practice. Yeah. You look uncomfortable at practice, I don't see how you're going to impact an NBA Finals game positively. So that's my thinking on it, at least, is that Tillman's kind of the guy that if anyone's going to speak the most candidly, it's going to be him. And he said, I don't know that he's getting better necessarily. Like, he wasn't able to give that. I don't think this is the kind of injury where, like, the swelling's going down and he'll be better on next week, I think this is one of those things where, like, it's a little bit uncharted waters, but he's limited, right? And he's just not going to be able to do what he was doing earlier in the series. And so it would be an act of desperation, I think, to try to throw him in there and see if he's able to somehow impact the game. And based off what we're seeing right now, I would be very surprised if that happens.
Yeah, interesting comments from Tillman there. Here's what he had to say.
I don't know. I mean, when we go through our practice and stuff like that, he's doing some stuff, but you could still tell that he's very uncomfortable. So like I said, we don't want to put him in any type of situation that could really, really hurt him,
Do you see improvement as each day goes on, or it's still kind of a tough thing?
Yeah, it's been pretty much the same. I'm not a trainer either, so yeah, I don't really know.
So that's not a good sign that he's in pain, that he can't do everything. Luke had similar comments that he's kind of in and out of stuff. And in terms of the preparation for the other big guys, not a ton changes, but clearly they're calling on Tillman more. I don't know if they'll go to Luke in this series. Maybe if they're changing their coverage, they can try that. If Tillman struggles, and he wasn't great last game, they could try that. One thing for sure is you don't want to go small in this series because they already got crushed in the boards last game, and it'd be much worse if you try to put Tatum at center, I feel like. So it's going to be Tillman and Cornette here the rest of the way, and they got to survive for as long as they can.
And I thought they even struggled with Peyton Pritchard out there on the rebounding. Like, there was a couple of times where he was kind of caught underneath the basket with, like, Derek Lively next to him. And so, yeah, I think you go as big as you can. And, I thought Tillman didn't play as well as he did in Game 3, but he was okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't the problem in my eyes by any means.
It was everybody.
It was everybody, yeah. I don't think anybody...
Jason,
what was that? Yeah.
As Jason always says.
Right, like, I don't think anybody played well. So I think they're going to go back to him. I think they trust him enough from what they saw in these last few games and earlier in this playoff run and just his experience playing this Mavericks team. So I do think they're going to continue to lean on him. I think Al's going to get some big minutes tomorrow night. He had the 2 days off, so we'll see. But yeah, I think Porzingis, as far as I'm concerned, he's pretty much a non-factor at this point. If he came back and had like a big game, I would be stunned. Like, I do not see that on the cards at all right now, based on what we're hearing and seeing.
Porzingis was here at practice, still doing some light shooting. Adam Himmelsbach tweeted out that he was trying to get Kristaps to talk today. He did not talk again here at this practice, but was overruled on that, despite Kristaps being willing to talk.
Kristaps was willing to talk?
Yeah, so we didn't hear from Porzingis today. But we'll get an injury report later this afternoon. Again, not great sign for him being able to play in any significant role, if at all, in this series the rest of the way. But we'll keep tabs on that. For Noah Dalzell, I'm Bobby Manning. It's been a practice edition of the Garden Report. Subscribe, Celtics All Access, CLNS Media. Hey, Bobby Manning here. If you made it this far, you probably enjoyed this video, so subscribe, turn on notifications, and check out our social media platforms at Celtics CLNS.